How you doing, folks? Thanks for tuning in to GoRacingTV.com. We're here today at the Jetta Autosports campus.
Today we're going to go over the ESS Fire Suppression System. We're going to go over the install, how it works, the couple different models they have, and after that we're going to give you some news from NASA, SCCA, and more club racing.
So stay tuned, we're going to be coming right back at you.
This portion of our show is brought to you by TrackMate, data made easy. The system that installs as easy as 1, 2, 3.
From the very beginning, we wanted to make TrackMate the easiest system to use possible because people told us, I can't afford a race engineer to interpret my data for me. So we'll draw the track map for you, we'll show you where you're fast, we'll show you your speed in the corners, and all of that just with a small device that just velcros in the bottom of the car.
The TrackMate software program allows for easy analyzation of your driving sessions and giving you the ability to identify areas of improvement. The system is a must for any serious driver. Find out more about the TrackMate system on the GoRacingTV.com website.
Okay, folks, so we're here today at the Jetta Autosports campus. We're going to be completing our Spec Miata build. Have a long way to go, but as you can see, we are definitely making headway. We've already installed our roll cage, suspension is being put in, and we're doing other little bits and parts. Today what we're going to do is we're going to focus on the installation of the ESS Emergency Suppression System. Now, what we're going to do is mount the bottle to the passenger side floor pan here. We have our bracketry already added to it. We're going to place that down where we want it, mark out the holes that we need to pre-drill in order to bolt it down. Before you drill those holes, make sure that you actually check underneath the floor pan. There's no brake lines or any other things that could get damaged while you're drilling through that pan. We're going to mount this to the forward section of the floor pan, basically because in this class, Spec Miata, you're able to add weight to the car only on the passenger floor pan. So we want to keep that area clear in case you want to add some weight, as well as if you want to add a cool shirt system, you may want to mount it right there. So we're going to mount our unit bottle to the floor here. Then we're going to run our pull cord cable, and that affixes to the bottle, and basically this cable can get mounted anywhere that you want. What we've decided is to mount it on the side tunnel here, easily accessible to the driver in case he might need it.
Okay, we're in the engine bay on our Project Spec Miata with our fire system. This fire system comes with 2 different nozzles for the up front section. We have one that's going to go on this side, and we have one that follows along the back of the firewall on the other side. The nice thing about this system is it sprays 180 degrees, so both nozzles will cover the entire engine bay. The one there will come across and cover here, and this one, when we tighten this down, we'll align it up so it covers the rest of the engine bay. And we have to make sure, once we tighten this down, to make a proper seal, is we thread this on, take our wrench here, and you must snug but not too hard, and then we check the nozzle here to make sure it's going to spray 180 degrees. And there's also, we've already done it on the other side over here, that one sprays 180 degrees, and we cover the entire engine bay.
Okay, folks, so I'm back inside the car here, basically finishing up the installation of the ESS Emergency Suppression System that we're putting in the Project Spec Miata. Chip has already brought the hose tubing for the system through the firewall, and I think you saw him do the installation of the 2 nozzles up front. Now what I'm going to do is show you and walk you through what needs to be done inside to finish up the whole system. Okay, the tubing comes through the firewall. As I mentioned, you have to put on your fitting that connects to the tubing, and this connects up to the manifold. You're going to have to put Teflon tape on this. This is the only place that you put the Teflon tape because it's pipe fitting, and you're going to fit that in there and then connect on your fitting here for the tubing. Now that's going to take care of the 2 zones up front, or the 2 nozzles up front. This is a 3-nozzle system, okay, and we have a 3rd nozzle that we came out the other side of the manifold, brought the tubing through the dashboard, and that gives you another nozzle that's going to be aimed to take care of the driver. That nozzle is going to give you good coverage, pretty much covering that driver from neck, chest area down to his feet if needed. Okay, and that's going to take care of installing the tubing. Now the other thing that we did to finish off the system is we put our pull cable and we affixed that to the tunnel, as we mentioned we were going to do when we did the layout, and we brought that right down to the unit itself on top of the bottle. There's a fixture there and you connect that. It comes with a lot of cable in case you want to run it in another location. You want to be sure to, when you're running that you don't kink the cable too much. You want to have a nice even flow right into the bottle. Okay. Now we're going to talk about winterization, because winterization is important with this system. Remember, it's a water-based system, so therefore you're going to have to do just some basically uninstalling during the winter to bring the bottle inside, keep it nice and warm. And basically what you're going to do with that is you're going to first remove the CO2 cartridge. Okay, back that out, it's hand tight. Then you're going to loosen and remove the cable. Okay, pull that cable back, and then you're going to want to reinstall the pin that you probably pulled out at the beginning of the season. Make sure you keep that pin someplace so that you can pop that pin back in. All right, and then you want to put the CO2 cartridge back on. All right, and that's going to close the bottle up again, so that therefore the liquid that's in there doesn't come spilling out when you pick the bottle up. Okay, then basically you just back off the nuts for the tubing. Okay, the bottle is then free. Take back off the clamps here for the brackets that hold the system in, and you can take the bottle right out. Okay. Now, one other thing to bring up is that when you are hooking up this cable, be sure to read the directions, because they're pretty specific as to how they want you to affix the end of this cable to the firing mechanism. You have to put a little Z curve into that cable there, but it's all laid out pretty simple in the instructions. Make sure you pay good attention to that. All right, so that's going to wrap up our installation here. Be sure to stay tuned. We're going to come back at you with news from SCCA and NASA and all other club events.
This segment of Go Racing TV is brought to you by CoolShirt, the world leader in personal cooling. Did you know that over the course of a race, the temperature in the driver's compartment of a race car can reach over 140 degrees? When the outside temperature reaches 95 degrees, the average person makes 60 mistakes an hour. Bringing the temperature down just 5 degrees reduces the number of mistakes to 9 per hour. The CoolShirt system eliminates heat-induced fatigue by reducing the driver's core body temperature. If you want to have a cool, calm, clear head while on the racing circuit, check out the CoolShirt system. Available on the GoRacingTV.com website.
So folks, we're back. We just did the install of the ESS Emergency Suppression System in the Project Spec Miata that we have going on here.
The nice thing about this system, again, is it's non-hazardous, can be shipped anywhere in the world at very low fees. It's club racer friendly. If you do set the system off, if there is a small fire, it rinses clean. You can wash it off basically just water and a sponge. It can be refilled just with this nitrogen charge system, or I'm sorry, the CO2 system and the bottle. And Tom's here to explain it.
What we have is a water-based system that uses AFFF, or aqueous film forming foam. It's sometimes called firefighting foam, used by many of the fire departments around the world. It is a water-based synthetic animal protein. It cleans up with water, as Chip said. It's an easy system to recharge, and it's inexpensive. Essentially, all you do if you have fired it is you add water, add concentrate, a new CO2 cartridge on your system, and you're ready to go racing again.